Whenever you play a card this turn, apply 3 Doom to the enemy. Oblivion in a Souls deck could be pretty good, but Necromastery early is mighty interesting as well. And then just building big O-Steep. Oblivion's really good, man. And then removing the injury from your deck and adding an injury. Already? Oblivion's bait. That didn't stop you from telling me to play it when the remake came out. That didn't last too long, though, I'll tell you that much. Something like Severance would be good here, I think. Enfeebling Touch is really good too, but... Enchant the card with Sown. Absolutely necessary. Apple Plus said the same. I don't know, I'm not just trying to be a dickhead. I don't understand the joke. Apple Plus must have had a show called Oblivion. But the only Oblivions I know are the Elder Scrolls game, and then the... Severance. Okay, we're talking about Severance. I have a card called Severance to my hand. To my deck, I should say. Why didn't you say so? Severance was on HBO, but we get the gist? I don't think that's true, man. I just don't think that's... I think it was on Apple TV. Calling you out on that one. Look at that, they're saying it's an Apple TV original. You know what? With enough souls, automation could hit, man. And we got the Moulin Rouge. Zero cost automation. I can live with that. Severance PBS. You can literally get it for free with the library. And that's a fucking fact. Huge. Huge. More? I'm just trying to think about how we're gonna kill you. I think we're gonna kill you. It's probably gonna be a big Oblivion turn. Like this, for example. And then putting up as much block as possible. 2 more cards gets us there. Huge. Apple TV's got some shooters. I'm telling you for your own, and this is me acknowledging that I'm the asshole in this situation, okay? You have to stop talking so much about TV in my chat. And the thing is, the reason is because it's turning me into that guy who's gonna say things like, you guys should watch a lot of TV. Because I haven't watched any TV in 2026, so I don't have anything that I can't add anything to this. You watched 100 movies? Yeah, that's like 2 seasons of TV, though. That's the thing. That's why I'm like, people are like, I think my position is that society has overbought prestige television shows and is not putting the respect on cinema that it deserves, to be honest. People will say things like they like movies, but then they see like 4 movies a year and they'll watch like 7 seasons of a TV show that they find like just 1 tick past boring. Which I mean, I don't know. I'm just not, I guess it's another thing in the not neurotypical category. You like how I'm using that for everything now? It feels good. I understand why you guys were doing that for so long. Now that I'm doing it, I fucking get it, man. It feels awesome. You can't keep saying that. I have said it's only gonna get worse. It's only gonna get worse, man. Let me get a drain power. The negative test result is gonna fuck with you. The test is too expensive for it to not find something. I'm sorry. You know how the healthcare system works. It's gonna find something. Might as well, man. We're gonna beat you off with socks, man. As I understand, I'm not fully familiar with everything in the neurodivergent community, but I think that people like me would not be that disappointed. I think that might be a plus, man. Seems like the sort of thing people might be into, depending on the sock. We had an absolutely dog shit first time, so we do not need to play a drain power. We do need to play some defense. Oh, and more, and a bodyguard, and an unleash. Oh, and tuning forks almost ready. I really thought we might not have to deal with the fellas on this one, after all that. Whatever, good night next turn. Can I tell you something? This is serious, by the way. Well, it's not serious, but it's real. I literally bought motion sickness patches that go behind your ear so that I can play more Knuckle Familiar. That's a great card. Do they work? Well, I went down the rabbit hole that I always go down, which is like, I googled like cures for motion sickness in video games, and then like, people were like, I use scopolamine, and it works great. And then I googled like, scopolamine patches, and it turns out like all medicine, it actually works. You need to get a prescription, which is like, okay, I can get a prescription, but I have to fucking make an appointment with my doctor. My doctor is not gonna be excited for me to be like, when I play video games, my tummy hurts and I want to throw up. She's going to be like, okay, we'll see you in like 2.5 years. So the odds of me getting a prescription for that in a timely fashion is really, really low, okay? So I got like, I asked, what about the ones that don't have real medicine that go behind your ear, but you can just buy them online? And people were like, yeah, they actually work pretty well. So I got some of those and we'll give it a test. We'll give it a look-see. They just need to add an FOV slider? No, bro, this is the thing. You're not talking to real motion sickness heads. People, if we were talking about, basically I'm saying you're ableist. Because people don't fuck with you. They love to hear that you have motion sickness in video games until you say, yeah, I've changed the FOV. And then they go, okay, buddy, fuck you. I was just trying to help. I was literally just trying to help, but you've already tried. Oh, I applied zero effort to try to solve your problem. Well, that's about as far as my sympathy goes. I've done the FOV. The game's running at a good frame rate. I just get it, man. I just get it. I'll tell you some things that trigger it. Lower frame rate triggers it. First person is the biggest trigger for it. And like anything that flips perspective for sure. And games that are not well lit. So especially first person horror games. So horror games that are dark, but then you have a flashlight and you move the flashlight around, triggers it like crazy. And screen shake. Screen shake totally fucks with it. You get it in VR? Yeah. But luckily, there's like one good VR game that's ever been made, so I don't have to worry. I played every VR that's ever been made. Driven the back road so I wouldn't get laid. You didn't change FOV because they don't have it? I'm crashing out? No, what I'm saying Mecha's not the only game where this happens, bro. I've been alive on this planet for 37 years you were not privy to. This is like a recurring thing. Actually, as I get older, it gets a little bit worse. Okay. Yeah, bro, I didn't fucking exist when you open your eyes, motherfucker. I've been here tiptoeing since you were like -11. It's motion blur for me. And you know what the average person does? They go, oh, I don't have that one. Fuck you! I'm sympathetic to you. I do feel like Mirror Oblivion could be big for us, man. Or Mirror Severance. Let's Mirror Severance and see how this shit goes, man. Do you have potions for me? And you might just have to kill you by a wound. Huge. An entirely new form of discovery. Do this, man. Chet, can you remind me to change the title of my Mecha Chameleon bot that's coming out in 2 days? Because I think right now it's called Da Vinci type stuff, and it's me on the clock in the art gallery, like the Vitruvian Man. But instead, I want to change it to be a John Cale reference from Paris 1919. I want it to be just casually appearing on the clock across the hall. I want that. That's what I want. I wouldn't get it. You don't know that song? You're a ghost, na 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 na. Yes, Sun Fawn. Yes, man. I'm the church and I've come to claim you with my iron drum. Na 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 na. You wouldn't fucking get that if I said that. You wouldn't fucking get that. That's crazy to me. Self-report, bro. That's a great song. When Malf said he wanted to be like Mel Gibson when he was getting arrested. I don't know if Malf is familiar with the whole Mel Gibson speech when he was arrested. Which is why that for a second it seemed like that was gonna... And I mean, I was not scared because I know Malf. And I know the words that were coming out of Mel Gibson's mouth would never have come out of Malf's mouth. It's a tough sentence. But I could understand if you did not know Malf as well as I know Malf, you might be like, where's this guy going with this? But I know Malf as well as I know him, so there's no surprise for a beast like Let's put it that way. Man, here 4 more cards will get us 1 extra energy. Did you see what we fucking type of shit we were able to get away with on that turn? I just can't imagine it working. It almost feels like it works here, but I just can't imagine it coming to pass. We have no benefit from the Ethereal synergy, but you could always just choose not to play the card. No chance to say that's an awfully hot cocoa pot? I'll take the Quest Guitars, Ember. Easy enough. Simple as. I didn't miss Disc Golf Masters. Well, here's the thing. We're not going to play Disc Golf Masters today. But we are going to play it tomorrow, I think. And I think we're going to have a lobby set up for it, man. Which is the craziest part of all. That's right, I think we got a squad going. Can you believe it? literally mobs you, so it's stupid not to try it. Then you give me Oblivion, of course. Could do something like that. Why'd you say potty squatty? But now the craziest part is that in my head, my head's going, potty squatty, potty squatty, potty squatty. You know, like Meg the Stallion type shit. That might be Cardi B now that I think about it. Fuck it, bro. Another Severance. No, it's Meg the Stallion. I'll take those. I know it's not Ice Spice. Don't fucking lie to me, Walt. We have none blocks. None blocks. I think that means a cure-all is the play, man. 10 skills, give a bunch of block. Now we're fucking talking. Not bad at all. This deck actually seems good. Fuck seems. This deck actually is good. The only problem is we need to draw Oblivion about 4 times more frequently than we are at present. I'm just trying to get the Tuning Fork and then get the kill, and we start with Tuning Fork next time. Oh, he's thinking. And is it true you're relaunching the streamer cruise as a circumnavigating flight and finishing in Hong Kong? That actually would be fucking sick. That would be awesome. I'll think about it. I'll think about it. Do it in a blimp and I'm in? That would be horrific. Listen, we don't have to go through all this again. 1 second. I gotta play my blocks first. That. Give me this. Then we play a soul regardless. Automation comes out. Not my best turn. We land our shot. We land our attack. We play a defend. We land an attack, and then this is where we find a way to minimize the damage dealt. Maybe just killing you via letter opener and strikes? Not gonna happen. Instead, I'll gain 0 block. The champion attack with vigorous hate. Loose colorless. God, that's a good trade. I could live with that. Man, he hates enfeebling touch. Magic Mushroom, how are you going to feel that now that I've seen that comment, I'm obviously going to take it down and lose the run and I'm going to blame you forever? Even though a run, being a win or a loss, is a confluence of many different factors in this game. How are you going to feel about that? Are you willing to deal with that? Are you willing to deal with... You've been around a long time. Are you willing to deal with being known for that as the only element of your personality that I recall from now until the end of time? I don't think so. I don't think so. We dodge the elites. It's got to be done, even though I don't think it's relevant for us at all. Prefer to not take the damage. Is there any word that can come to pass? No. Not in the slightest. Draw some cards. Play. I get hit. And then I can't kill you, which is devastating. But this is a skill, which will do. Okay, this and this will kill you, and then this gets us to enough block, and we're hogging. We did use Tuning Fork though. Devastating loss of aura on the Tuning Fork clay, but you know what? It doesn't even matter because the souls are going to get us to another Tuning Fork ASAP anyway. Then we Oblivion you, which we probably should have done to begin with. Any new stims hot off the presses? I'm sorry to say, I feel like we've been kind of any percent stimless lately. Except for the trucker song, Willing. For some reason, that's been sticking in there quite nicely. Mexican Coke is not a stim. It's a song, and it's a good one at that. Piss Snook is kind of breached the game, if that's true. I can't deny Piss Snook. Decision, red card. That's... Decision, red card's got a certain so far as well. Let's start strong here. 3 severances. HBO issues, man. As far as I can recall, they don't even have one. Should have hit you though. Should have hit you. You get I forgot. You get nothing. Pay attention. Yes. Order's all fucked up. You get nothing, pay attention. Yes, man. I forgot about that one. I forgot about the TNC Leprechaun. That's embarrassing. Huge Tuning Fork, holy cow. I don't talk with airhead, pay attention. Can I get an Oblivion, please? 1 card away from gaining energy. I'll go in on that. Never mind, we are 9 cards away from gaining energy. The market difference. If you're doing 14 damage, I'll just hit you with one of those then. One card away from gaining energy. 1 card drawn away from gaining energy. Okay, the vulnerability is nice. We do need to be able to survive. How about an Oblivion? Oblivion. Into a soul. Into more souls somehow. I don't even know if that would be possible. 4 more cards drawn. Drawing 4 more cards is so doable. That gives us our energy back. Put Oblivion on you, but then we gotta flip it back around this way. It would be really nice for you to just be dead, but I don't think that's gonna happen. So we're gonna take a little hit here, but that was still a great turn, man. Four cards until we get more energy. Holy cow. 11 damage is vulnerable. Do we have to simmer on that? We need to draw into Oblivion. Please. We need to get the Tuning Fork so we can get some passive block. Two more cards. Very, very doable. Oblivion. Wait, it's doing something. And then you know what? Could we draw more this turn? Probably. We could also just set up our next turn. Energy. Growl. 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 Attack. Growl. 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 Growl Wait, there's just so many chance for infiniticity in here. It's got me mighty tickled. Where's my oblivion, bro? I would also like to not take damage. Wait, 2 more skills though gives us tuning for it. And we just got more energy! Oh, baby. I like that. This is slicker than cum on a gold tooth. That's certainly evocative. Why are people saying "huh"? Like, think about it. Think about it first. First off, I didn't originate it. The chatter originated it. Secondly, I think it's a perfectly valid.